Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another video. This video is going to be the third and final part of this PS3, which is the LED modded system, which you can't tell at the minute, but I've got it sitting on the kitchen side at the minute, because from here you can actually see that the top, it has vertical scratch, a scratch across it, where it's been sat in my console graveyard, and ink, I think, on it. It's overall not good condition, but before I set the console up, my plan is to polish it, because I have my polisher over there, and polish there. So I've done it on another one, it works. I just have to be a bit careful around the letters, because the letters can rub off. If you look, these scratches running that way, they just missed the A and the T. So I can try it, but yeah, I'm gonna get outside and do a quick compilation of trying to sort it out and get the polish on it and see what I can do. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, back again. So yeah, it's been a while. Been working on a lot of other things, a new job, graduated, got into engineering, and it's brilliant. The flip side of that is I don't have a lot of time to doing content, but hey, at the end of the day, life's life. I'm enjoying things, we all good. So yeah, I expect this to be about a 10-15 minute video of me jailbreaking and setting up this console. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first step of this video is to effectively jailbreak the console. So this isn't how it used to be with the E3 flashes, which I've shown in one of the previous videos. So first up, connect a controller. So again, I'm just using one of my old original controllers. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're then going to want to go over to the settings tab, date and time, and make sure set automatically is set to on, and if you go in here, set via internet, that will help as well. This console is connected to the internet, I had to check. You do need internet access for this. So you then want to go to internet browser and wait for it to load, because it is slow. And you're going to want to navigate to the page which is up here, so www.ps3toolset.com/bgtoolset. So bgtoolset is the one you're going to want to use for this. My console may not load it because a couple of months ago the site was down and effectively wasn't working properly. So I tried to get in it the other way by bypassing the SSL stuff, because the SSL was what was causing issues. I just given up because of complexity and decided, you know what, I'll come back to it at a later date. So that's what I did. So when you load the web page, it's going to start doing this, which basically is checking the console and initializing everything, make sure everything will work okay. This will take probably about a minute from the time you load the website, if not less, and then the console will beep 3 times as so, and this will come up. If you want to donate to them, because it does cost them money to run the website, then by all means go for it, it's a good cause. And they do put it towards running costs, so any surplus as well. These guys have done a lot for us, a lot for the community over the time. So you're going to want to go into System Manager, and this will tell you whether your console is jailbreakable. I already know that this one is, because it's a FAT. All FATs are jailbreakable. I already know it's a NOR one. I know what motherboard's in it because I changed it. So as you can see here as well, this console has ridiculously low runtime. I'll put the screen bigger, but boot count 347 and 314 shutdown, and total 29-day runtime, which is ridiculously low, especially for a console. Well, for a motherboard, the date code on this was 8B, so that's the early half, well, Q2 of 2008, which, yeah, so it's an old console, 14 plus years old, and it's only got 29-day runtime on it. When I got it, it was less than that. When I got it, it was 28-day. It's because it's been sat here since I did that video. It's probably had about 30 power cycles on doing testing, basically. And I think it was on 28 days as well. Because I did get to this website before everything decided it didn't want to work anymore. And all of a sudden, bam, the website stopped working one day. I think it was the day I went to do the video as well, which is irony. So for this, you are going to need a USB. Again, I'm going to use the USB that I always use for this sort of stuff. And you want to plug it in the furthest to the right ports. This only has 2 ports, so the bottom one which charges in, top one which that's in. You can see the red glow as well from the LEDs. I went way overkill with this. Also, while in here, I thought as well, I may as well just look at the error codes, because if anyone remembers when I was doing the LEDs, I had a shorting problem, which basically meant as soon as the console powered on, it powered off instantly. And the fault codes and the date stamps don't seem to reflect that. 23, 2018, 2016, all of them 1001s, which I think are just turned off at the back. 2013 the same, 2010 the same. So this console really didn't have a lot of use. I assume all of these ones here are either it's not had enough fault codes to fill these up, or they could be from the short I had, because I did do a lot of random testing. But hey, everything seems good so far. It's a good motherboard. Temperatures are actually pretty shit, if I'm honest. I'm going to put it bluntly, the temperatures aren't great, because the LEDs in the fan area are getting hot as well and causing problems there. They're not melting anything and they're working fine. It's just they're different LEDs to the ones up top, and these are dimmer since I put the console together properly because everything's clamped down. Who knows, I may be able to fix that, but we'll see how the temperatures are when the console's jailbroken and whether I can do anything to make it run better. So I guess now let's jailbreak the system, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so the first step of jailbreaking a console is this page. Well, right at the top here you have flash memory. You want to click that, save flash memory backup. You're going to want to select the USB that you plugged in. So if you plugged it in the furthest to the right, it would be dev_USB 0. So you're going to click that, save it to root, click save, and the console will now start saving it. I think this is normal for this to take a minute or so. I've not done this for a while from memory. It could be the case. I think the NOR systems are fast at dumping, slow at patching. NAND consoles are the other way around, so they're slow at dumping, fast at patching. So yeah, there we go. Once all of this is done, you want to unplug your USB and plug it into your laptop, PC, because you are going to need one of them as well to verify the dump. So close that menu and over to the laptop. Okay, so what you are going to want to do is you are going to want to go to a PS3 dump checker. So in my case, I should have one here somewhere. Sure, let's go into this folder, see if there's one in here. Okay, so drag and drop your dump right there. I've already got a dump here. I actually don't know what console this is from, so I'm going to create a new folder. Just call it new folder, it's fine. And drag that dump into the folder. And I've got a lot of folders open. Okay, so USB 2, and there is the dump. Just dump from this console, and where it says drag and drop your dump, you drag it there, and then this will go through it and make sure that everything's okay in the dump. I was expecting the MELTR, whatever it is. I was expecting that to be showing errors because I was expecting it to be for an older version, but it isn't. So that's all good. The dump here is perfect. Don't have to worry about it. So I can unplug that from the laptop and back into console, ready to patch it. And whilst on the laptop as well, install your CFW. I'll insert a clip here how to do it. All you need to do is download the firmware you want, which for this you're going to need a 4.91 KEX software, so CEX. I believe also PEX as well, even that's calling them. So you're going to want that in 4.91 or a 399 downgrader, but I won't go into that. That'll also work, but it's not needed. So get yourself like EvilNat 4.91. I will put a link to that in the description along with the dump checker that I used, so you can do this completely yourself. So once you have verified the dump of your console, you now get to patch it in effect. So what you're going to want to do is make sure your controller's connected. Mine wasn't. Click on flash memory patch, and then you want to click on load patch via HTTP and let that do its thing. This shouldn't take too long. It depends on internet connection. It should take in the range of 20 seconds, although mine's already saying 13 seconds and I'm at 30%. Maybe a little bit more, we'll see. But you want to let this run its course. And this one, if your console freezes or crashes on this one, it's not too much of a problem. It's not going to cause you any issues. However, to do this next step, you want to make sure you've got a stable console that you know is reliable and you know won't crash on you. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do a bit more testing with this, because I don't want to dig my E3 flasher back out to try and save it. Although, because I've got a good flash on that USB drive, I can save it if anything does go wrong. So you want to click on that again, flash memory patch again, and now apply loaded patch. It will warn you here that you can brick your system, so like I say, make sure you've got a stable console before you click yes. And basically now you want to put your controller down and let it do its thing. Let it run. It may look like it's freezing at times, but it's not. It is working on a NAND console, so anything CCH, A, B, C, or G, and E as well. That's an American only console. So A, B, C, E, and G, they'll do it quick. Anything other than that, it will take ages. So you can only jailbreak certain consoles as well. So all FATs can be jailbroken, all early model slims, unless you have one that's min-ver check of 3.60. If it's 3.56, I think you can get away with it, which doesn't stand to reason, but they don't have the patched MLDR2, whatever it is, because it's that coming on the 360 consoles, whereas the 356 ones, so they don't actually have to be ever go on 355 to be jailbroken, which still breaks my head, but hey, it works. So 57 seconds in plus, and it's still chugging away. And because this is a NOR console, because it's a later model, well, it's a DIA02, it's a mid-fat one, but it's the reliable fat. I might do a video at some point as well talking about which is the most reliable PlayStation consoles, because these will actually be quite high up there, because there's not a lot that goes wrong with them and they're pretty easy to fix. As long as you've got the 65nm RSX, you're not going to have any reliability problems, realistically. People say that the neck caps can cause problem, but they're not really that bad. I think I heard somebody say somewhere that they can get up to 620 days out of them with the console running at 70 degrees, which in my experience most will run below that, and effectively this one's got a lot more than that. So there we go, it has completed. Now you're going to want to click close out of that, and now you're going to want to close out of the browser. And once you've closed out the browser, you're going to want to restart the system. So I'm going to do this manually by hand because I can, and I'm going to restart it in a very funky way. You don't have to do this, it's just... So when you're jailbreaking a console, one of the things you want to make sure is you don't have a disc in there. While most of the time it won't make a difference, there will be a time where it does make a difference and certain things happen. So I think it was a case of certain games, Black Ops 2 being one of them, I think that you have to be on firmware 4.2 or later to play. So it was only really an issue when you're on 355. I've just been scarred from them days. So you're now going to want to click PS button. So once you have your firmware on the USB as shown, you're going to want to come over to System Update, Update via Storage Media, and there you'll find your firmware. You're going to want to click OK, so X on OK, or circle if it's a Japanese console. Yep, accept, and start. So this will start the update of the console, and I'll fast forward this so you guys see. You might have to click X on a couple of things like I did. But basically, as soon as it goes past this, just let it do its thing, and it will chug along nicely. Okay, so there we go, there is the update screen. It's checking for the update now, and yeah, just leave it to do its thing. Okay, there we go, it just jumps the finish line and everything's restarting, so my capture's having a bit of a seizure, but here we go, there's the cold boot. Will it come on the capture though? That's the question. So at the minute the capture's a good 20 seconds behind. There we go. Okay, it's not capturing very well. It didn't capture the cold boot, but I'll restart it and I'll get the cold boot in. But the console is now jailbroken, so there you go. You can see you've got the quick sign up option and your package manager. So the next step is going to be setting the jailbroken console up. So now it's jailbroken. That's great. There's more work to be done. So you want to go into package manager. I also have some package files on here which I can share over with you guys. I can put it in a quick download link and install package files, package directory, because I've got them in there. So the basic ones you're going to want to install are Multiman. So always a must. Multiman is always a must. It's good. It's the only file manager I've ever used. Always used it since I've been on a jailbroken console, and it's great. You can do whatever you want. So the next one, package directory again, is you're going to want to install CCAPI. Make sure you have one that is compatible with your firmware. Always a very quick install. What else? RetroArch, again, it's just one I typically put on consoles. It takes a while to install, but it is worth it. It does let you play retro games and emulate stuff. It's one of them, like I say, I've not really used it much, but it's there to put on. Normally, if you're doing consoles to sell, it's one you put on because that's what people buy them for, emulate retro games. So it helps with that. And there we go, it takes a while. Yep, so the next one, this is one that I always put on console as well because these have Cobra mode, which allows you to run Webman. So I've got a, there we go, Webman mod. This is always good. This is that allows you to control the temperature of the console and all of that good stuff. And load games as well. So I always used, ever since it was a thing, I used Webman to load the games. Before that it was Irisman, and straight away as soon as Webman was a thing, I just changed over to using that because it was one less homebrew you had to use, so less risk of getting banned if you were going online. And yeah, good times. Is there anything else in this file? Again, Maxman mod, so I'd install that if you want to install mods on games. IDPS set, you don't really need that. I'm not going to include it in the thing. That's more of a thing for like 4.46, I remember, a firmware that was used on to change your console ID. You can now do that through Webman, so that's not really a problem. PS Ninja, it's old and outdated. I'm going to install it on this console for nostalgia's sake, but you do, I think it's L2 triangle or is it R2 triangle, and that does the exact same thing but better. Yeah, toggle QA, again, you don't need that because these consoles now have it in the things, and just as a show that it is the same console. PS3 usage, there you go, same console, one more cycle on it and whatnot. Let's see what the temperatures are. I'm genuinely intrigued to, ooh, 79. That CPU is running toasty. Like I said, there is a chance I might have to do the thermal paste again on this console because 79 degrees is on the warm side. I'm not going to act like it's not. So I'm going to install Webman mod. This is going to make my fan go absolutely ape, but I'm going to hold L1 for full edition, so click X on it and then hold down L1. System will reboot, and then the power light here will flash yellow on boot. Again, this is going to play all kinds of havoc with my capture. I'm editing this one, is going to take me an absolute age. Like I say, there we go, the fan is going to go berserk now, because this is going to be the console trying to catch back up with what it's doing. So I'm going to hold down L3, R3. It's going to bring up the FPS thing, which you can see on the right. This will also tell you the temperature of the console. 77 degrees at the minute. 64% fan. Ooh. 69, nice. Not nice for my ears though, so this console is definitely going to have more done. Whilst this is stopping itself from being an oven, let's install Webman as well, because Webman, yeah? Multiman is what I mean. This is sounding all kinds of... I bet you guys are struggling to hear me as well over this. So Webman, in the old days, would require an install. I can't... there we go. Yes, I can't remember if it still does, but it does. Webman and Quickie for almost 10 years. It's over 10 years now. That fan is getting obnoxious. It's at 80%, but it has cooled the console down. So the fan should stop going. So, yeah, like I say, File Manager, PS3 root, this is where you access all your files from. So whilst we're in here, I'm going to do a little thing and hope the fan starts slowing down. It is doing, it's now 78. So I'm actually going to get out of this. I can't remember how to get out of this. You can tell it's been a while. So you're going to want to go into here, right, just enable that one, go back into File Manager, and close out what I've already opened. So open the USB, and I've created a custom home screen thing. I did this way back in the day. Still useful though. So you now got dev_blind in here, VSH, etc. I think. What the hell? Nope. Resource. It's in resource. And then AVC. No. QGL. It's in QGL. Lines. I'm going to go for the one I always used to go to, which was blue to green, or green to blue. So the lines.qrc, you're going to want to copy that and paste that in there. So that's going to make your home screen look a lot better straight away. So games, and then close out. There you go. So your home screen now looks like that using that lines package, and that lines, I've always used this. It looks so good. So there's that. PS Ninja, it's an old thing. Webman installer. CCAPI installer, uninstaller. I'm just going to install this to show you guys how to do it. I believe most people now use TMAPI through Webman because I think it is just as easy. But going to install CCAPI anyway. I've always used it, and because this is going to be my console to use, that's going to restart the console as shown. It will do a hard reboot, hence the LEDs went off and come back on. And now here's the cold start again. Cold start? Wow, I'm talking car terms now. Cold boot. Boot past the screen. I bet it won't show it again. It probably won't. Ooh. Ooh. No, it didn't. It skipped it. Fun times. Right. So now that screen's caught up, I'm making sure my capture's actually doing stuff. Okay, I think, yeah, my capture's caught back up. So how you'd open a menu on COD, L1, R3, LED menu. Right, you can do little things like turning the lights on and off. There we go, light off. My fan is ramping back up again at a rapid rate. Yeah, 69. It's not very happy the temperature wise. I definitely need to redo the thermal paste. I might even have to delid it, which I don't want to do if I don't have to. I mean, at least the GPU's looking like it's running good. It's just the CPU's not happy. But yeah, that's it as far as that side of it goes. So the next step is setting it up, I guess, is installing games. So disc, Black Ops 2, legendary game. Let's put it back in. I love seeing the mechanism on this move. It's so cool. So you're going to want to load this, refresh, to copy to disk, which is what I'm doing because I've installed a 500 gig hard drive in this console, 500 gig SSD, and I clicked X on the game. You're not supposed to click X on it. Ah, brilliant. You're supposed to click triangle, not X. If I'm going to wait for it to do what it's doing. Okay, as it turned out there, the console actually crashed. Fun times. There we go, reboot it again. Another chance of seeing the cold boot, whether the capture will pick it up or not, I don't know. It's still black when I'm saying this. It kind of did. Like I say, I'll try my best to match it up to what I'm doing with what's going on. So yeah. So don't click X on the game, that's not smart. So back into Multiman. What I was trying to show was how to install the game. So to install the game, you're going to want to hover over the disk. You can also do this from a hard drive. I've copied most of the games I normally play to my hard drive. So you're going to want to click X on refresh and get ready for the fan to go ape again. Oh, I changed the font then. That's what I wanted to do. And you know what? It's not even showing the game this time. The joys of jailbroken consoles. Nothing works when you want it to. Hopefully this will work this time. You gonna do it? There we go. You're going to want to click triangle on it, and then you're going to want to click copy, and then copy to dev_hard drive 0. That'll copy it to the disk drive. There you go, from BD-ROM to internal hard drive. Click yes, and it will give you a time, and the times are pretty accurate on this. This console has an SSD in it, so hypothetically should be quite quick, but because I'm doing it from BD-ROM, it'll be slower. And yeah, it gets you time to let this fast forward, and I'll be back. Well, it's been a while. This has been another one of them scenarios where I've took an accidental 6-month break in the middle of filming a video. Yeah, basically once you've got your games installed, you want to update your webcam, which this has done. For some reason all of my icons don't load anymore, but once you're at this phase, update your games and then you can install e-boots, all of that good stuff, anti-ban, and effectively that is your console setup. There are a lot of other little things that you can do, such as avatars, comments and whatnot, and all of that stuff can be found on my channel, so I will actually link all of them videos below. Some of them are 8 or so years old, but everything remains the same. And I was editing this video up to finish the series, and I realised I never actually finished recording. But as you can see, this console is all together now. It has the little wedge at the end, and I never really showed this properly, but LED fan, LEDs all in here, looks awesome, top down as well, LEDs all around the top. Good console, and if we go in close enough and try and get it to focus, I'm on 0.6 zoom, so it's quite difficult to do, but LEDs all around, cut out inside. It looks good, so I think that's a good place to leave it here. And since recording, the 4.92 update has come out as well, so that means I'd have to redo all of the visual stuff, so the XMB waves, but hey, there's a console, jailbroken, set up, fixed, working. The fan is set pretty high, if I'm honest. Oh, okay, I just unloaded webman. I'm using a dodgy controller at the minute, so that's done that. The fan's kicked up, but that's not because it's running hot at the minute, it's just started. Yeah, so as you can see here, currently editing the video. Different setup as well, I don't know if you noticed. There will be another video coming on that soon, when I've got everything sorted. But this is just a little outro to this video, so I can finish it, upload, and have a series complete for a change. So, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video, where I'll probably do something very similar, or go through the consoles I've got and what I've done with them. But yeah, there'll be more on this, I'm sure. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Thank you and goodbye. This has been another one of them scenarios where I've took